I'm a little bit
Yes.
nervous because he just hasn't done it very well when they've asked him to. I think the whole idea of where you bat not being well is overrated. Like I think that just is fluky. But some guys generally don't feel comfortable doing it. So I'm very curious. Like I'm excited to hear that, but I'm also nervous to see how it plays out. But it makes a ton of sense. So I'm very glad to hear that they're going to experiment with Jose in the 2 spot. I think that just makes all the sense in the world for this team.
If we, people accuse me of doing, simulations. Why do we bother even having him play? But I'll say this: like on paper, it makes perfect sense. But the problem, where the problem could arise, just comes from comfort. Like I always say, like that's the stuff you can't talk about. You can't quantify. Can't quantify. The same reason he chose to stay in Cleveland is comfort, right? Like this is a player, maybe more than anyone else, who places a huge value on comfort. He might be fine. It might be great, and if it's great, all the better, because that's where you want your best hitter to hit. But I am curious to see how it goes. And I'll also throw out this caveat: like if it's like a month in and it's not going great, remember he started really slow a year ago. So I think if you're going to commit to him in the 2 hole, you have to make sure he is fully buying in, and that you've got like at least half a year of it it can't be one of those things you hop on, hop off quick because of a slow start. Like it's got to be a full commitment.
Yeah, there are a lot of things I think about this team that I'm curious to see how fast they pull the plug on things, like the Jose hitting second. We're going to talk probably for a month or two about Carlos Santana, how he's a slow starter, and if that's not a sign of aging, that's just who he is. And second base job, like I'm very curious to see how fast they pull the plug on things. I don't think they will because this is a patient team, but it is interesting to think about and see how long they stick with it.